Good day, everybody! We have today more updates for the second title update to Monster Hunter Wilds. This update brought a little more than I had expected, some good and amazing, others downright disappointing. But we are here to inform you first, so let's get on with the video. Okay, so getting started with the update summary, it is no stranger fiction. Lagai Curse was announced to be in here whatsoever. The thing that took me by surprise was Seregius. Not so much because we had data files of this monster in the file, but yeah, Lagai Curse is here, is back, finally a fan favorite monster. I can't say that I don't feel excited for him. I'm gonna be updating. I'm gonna be making a build for against him so new players can actually fight him. I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. But yeah, and the same thing I'm gonna do for Zeregius. I'm gonna be uploading for it. But we were inspecting. We were expecting like characters, and I'm just excited for it. Apparently, there's a new underwater combat type of thing. I don't know if it's going to be completely as Monster Hunter Tribe, but I hope they don't implement it like that. It's one of my least favorite features. But still, if it's underwater feature, I think it's gonna be making the game a little bit more interesting than it already is for at least a while. I said a top 1 week or so because we only have two monsters. And so I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing too much. Most of the most experienced people are going to be like one or two times, and that's it. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead for more. The release date for this is going to be on Monday, June 30, on the 4:30 a.m. That's probably going to be like 5 a.m. where I come from. I'm gonna be working, so I'm probably not gonna be able to make a video straight away. But hey, it is what it is. Some things are not like that. It takes approximately 7 gigabytes or 6 gigabytes. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I just hope that they actually add some things to improve the performance. So let's see right away. So as I say, the monsters are going to be available are Lagai Cross, which is going to be available as an extra mission with HR rank 31, and you have to complete the War Torrents of Down and the Forester Chaguma, which I think is like in the middle of the pack or between the finish line or something like that. Uh, but it's really irrelevant. HR getting HR in this game is really easy, so I don't think you guys will have problems with that. Temperature like Iris will also be available after 41. That's actually quite interesting. He's gonna be doing more damage after it. Well, this is great. Seregius, which is one of my favorite monsters, especially since you came from Monster Hunter for you, which was where he actually came from. So yeah, he has been added. Same HR rank, and you have to complete the mission on World Touch Down, which I think is the last mission. I don't recall properly. It's been a while since I finished Monster Hunter Wilds. The temper version also we competed, which is actually great. Uh, our temper Ukduna has been added. We all knew this one was coming. We all knew that this monster was actually gonna be available for us to see for the summer updates because well, I think they're going with the seasonal things for the four monsters, and I think winter is gonna be Jin Jihad, but yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That fight is gonna take forever. But hey, Arctodona has some really cool, nifty armor set. If you haven't seen it, it's actually quite good looking. I just hope that we can actually change the colors from it, like unlike the normal one, which is a little bit disappointing in my opinion. Now the player new equipment and skill has been added. This is mostly I think because for the armor and for the Orc Duna. That's what they most likely reference to for the new equipment. So there's that. I don't think I was a little bit excited when I said skills because of course the game needs more skills, especially certain weapons that don't properly function without them. But hey, we will see what we can do about it. If there's new skills, I will be showcasing everything there is to showcase, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're watching through me, shout out to my 5 subscribers. New pendants and stickers, that's pointless to me because those are just really pointless. New voice line point said, that's if you want to spend money on it. Sacred decoration has been added. Well, we'll see about that. Hunter and Palico layer weapons have been added. Finally, we can finally stop looking at the green looking things. We already knew that was coming, so hey, it's part of the deal. The beta sets of Monster Hunter has been added to layer web armor settings. For animation you already have unlocked, you will also make the be better version. What? Finally? So you don't have to craft them all? Ah, that's such a good quality of improvement right there. Ah, so great. And adding a new background, poses, nameplates, and title for hunters. I don't care about that. Other new support hunters: Mina, Sword and Shield, and Fabius Lance, which will become available to join quests after completing a main quest, A Hunter's Pride. Fabius will only be available during a limited time season event. Okay, so that's gonna be limited, and Mina's gonna be there. Sword and Shield is actually quite good as a supporter. For hunters, that's for people who don't play with other people. You can actually have a better support right there. Added a feature to the quest counter that allows the player to select which support hunters will join you when using answer flares. Oh, that is actually quite good. That's some quick quality improvement. They're actually making a good effort to improve this game's quality. Based on facilities, add an item box. Thank God they add an item box inside of the Hunter tent. Because you don't really want to go into the Hunter tents all the time, and all the time. It's really quite annoying. I don't know how to... Sometimes you just want to grab items and just go to the next hunt. Add an outdoor item box of calm near items that can set pop-up camps. Great, that's a good quality. The change lobby menu can now be accessed at your team in base camps. Oh, that's great too. You can now access to switch your handle from Alma to Eric. This is for the fanboys who likes, or the farm girls who like their man looking nice and needy. I'm gonna keep Alma, so that's just going to be it. A function has been added to a provision stockpile that allows you to trade for seasonal event items. Okay. A new Festival of Accord event will be held on July 23 to August 6. That's going to be in a month away. So, the following features will be temporarily modified during the Festival of Accord to handle outfit. Yeah, that's the usual thing. Bar bowling now additional rewards lots as well as a new special event for seasonal events. Cool. New limited bounty types have been added. That's great. All that, the new ranking theories added. Yeah, all of that is kind of like just stuff that we don't care about. Extra mission, Trampling Currents, which is probably going to be like Iacross. What's the next one? A World to Sundown? No, that's one. Clear with a chance of Sandstorms, which is probably Cyregius, because he's the Sandstorm monster. New Fashion, Old Fashioned Feelings. This is the one that actually got me thinking, what is this about? Probably a new DLC that we saw of the Guildmaster armor set that we saw in the trailer. This is probably going to be that, but so we're going to see what that has to do with. A new area has been added to the Scarlet Forest, which is, I think, is the Lagacruz area that we saw previously, that there was a place, so they probably had it already planned out, because we saw a little bit previously, but now it's going to be open, so that's great. They added new places to it. A new kid is added to Ferdinand, the Winter Plains. Speak with him and complete the conditions. Yeah, we got a new pendant. Okay. Steam. Warning icon now appears to try launch application when the CPU drivers are out of date. Your OC is not supported. You can only use incompatible anymore. Okay, so they're making something. Okay. New customized keyboard configuration control has been added. I use controllers, so I don't care about that. DLSS 4 and SRR 4 is now supported for graphics upscaling. Okay, this is just means that they're aware of the issues that are happening, and they're trying something different. Okay, so that's actually quite good. NVIDIA now supported for multiple thread generation. Thank God, they're actually doing something about it. So we're gonna see if this actually fixes something. So yeah, but the thing is that it only if you're using an RTX 5000, sometimes you can get frame increased to 2-4 times. Damn. Okay, so that's actually quite good. I was hoping for some sort of update that could actually help the issues that Monster Hunter Wilds is facing, which is obviously the fair criticism of how the game handles itself, is basically melting as we play. So this is good. I don't think it's enough. I think they need to do more than just that. But hey, that's great. Now, new graphic setting has been added. Allows you to create discussion effects by underwater or lava areas. We don't care about all of that. Add a takeoff feature to natural material retrieval facility. Well, we can do that. And ammo pouch is now automatically stuck. Activating auto loadout. Oh my god, this is so good for gunners, because I can't tell you enough how many times I've used a bow or light bow gun or heavy bow gun, and I forget to put my ammo back. It's just annoying, because you have to do it individually, not like previous Monster Hunter games where you can just restock everything in one go, which is annoying. So that's great that they changed that. Good quality improvement right there for gunners. But yeah, this is option has been added. Hellgouch warning option. I think they say that to disable it or not. You know, so that's good, because there's a lot of things going on that you want to get rid of. Fix display option, display elapsed time for some quests, okay, and active skill and effects. This is actually to turn off the glowing effects, I think. And that's good because, oh my god, it's so annoying having so much, trying to take a good picture for your hunter or trying to do something with your hunter and for a video and it's just glowing all over the place. It's annoying. Even when hunting is also annoying. Equip balance effect, I don't know what that is. Support, hunter, displayed, okay. Access item and settings options, okay. That's great. Bug fixes and balance adjustments based on facility. Fix an issue where performance searching says will bar bombing and don't care. Bet it less like its own. Yeah, this is more some issues that here. For monsters the cover is pop-up. I guess how often will discover pop-up camps. This could be like this could either go to either direction. One where the monsters are basically can just discover faster or less. Can you imagine just getting your pop-ups just destroyed as as soon as you put them down, which is great. If it's an issue where sneak attack performance arena will something deal damage, I actually had that problem before in one of the missions that I had with grab you. So it's good that that's gone. Temporary wounds in future free challenge quests will now be found in fixed locations. Okay, so they're not random now. Facing an issue where each size of target monster will change when accepting investigation with only one remaining attempt. Really? I never had that issue. You now regain control of your character slightly faster after starting a quest. Thank you, finally. This is a good thing. I actually was getting kind of mad about it because sometimes when you're making videos, you want to get to the monster as fast as possible. So that's good. Player gathering actions have been adjusted to be more responsive overall, particularly when riding the secret. If you're new to this channel, you have known that I really have a lot to complain about this. The secret in this game is downright suicidal. Like, as soon as you call him, he's just gonna go whenever he pleases, and whenever he pleases, somehow, sometimes, and pretty much every time, he will take you. Once you fall on the floor, you will call for him. He will pick you up straight where the monster is attacking, and you die because of it. You have no idea how many times. So I'm hoping this actually makes the secret actually more viable to use. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stay in the floor and wait to stand up by myself. Crash movements now also benefit more faster recovery time for the bleeding status effect, which this is for secret. I think not secret. This is for Seregius that's coming out. So that's actually kind of good. That's a lot of things. That's a lot of yapping. So fix an issue where the effect of the skills slick play will not disappear when entering or exiting the training area. Nobody uses Slick Blade, so this is pointless. Fix an issue where layer could have multiple types of barrel bombs, don't care. Fix an issue where if your dash control had been switched to a single press, then dashing from a crouching position where certain character starting a run motion, okay. Fix an issue where web stay, don't care. Other minor fixes, that's great. Now let's go to the ingredient and need of the things, which is the weapons updates. Now, I made a 100 hunts video with the sword and shield. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch the video. Where I practice the sword and shield, and I'm just hoping that it actually is better and they don't destroy it because that weapon was perfect. Perfect. Okay? So let's go ahead into it. Shield attack, skill bash, and hard bash, raw damage and stun value has been slightly increased. If you haven't seen the video, the sword and shield is insane because it can actually stun monster with its shield. So now that it has been increased, the raw damage and the stun values, we are going to be stunning more than often. This weapon has just become even more support-like. It is insane. Perfect Rush finishing portion had its raw damage slightly increased. Nobody uses Perfect Rush, so this is a good improvement if you want to use the Perfect Rush now. I don't use it because it's just novelty for it. There's no reason to do it when you can just do more damage with just double triangle, double circle if I'm using the PS3 controller, PS3, the PS5 controller. I just made it to make it harder to conceivably change the guard / move into itself. Oh yeah, everybody was using the guard / move a lot, but I'm not gonna use that. I never used that, so that doesn't problem. That's not for me. Slightly increase the evade window for a sliding swipe. Oh, it slightly decreased the invulnerability window for sliding swipe. Okay. This means that basically I think this is guaranteed warranted because honestly the slip and slide move is actually quite good, and having that vulnerability is just too good to be true. So yeah, that's actually a good improvement in my opinion because well, you don't wanna I, you don't want to dodge the monster to have too many opportunities for this weapon to succeed, because it just downright makes it so that it's the best weapon. For now, I think it's actually a really good go up on, but that's a good thing to do. I think it's warranted. Shop and slide slash raw damage has been slightly decreased, so that means they're basically trying to get the double triangle and single triangle nerfed. Okay, counter slash raw damage has been decreased. I've never used the counter slash, so that's actually quite good, I guess. Facing issue where focus strike will intentionally prefer the same ones more than once and search a monster. That's meh. Now, the one that they were hinting that was gonna get the most update was the dual blade. So let's see what we can get out of this. You can now change your movement direction mid movement when entering demon mode right after the dodge. While in demon mode, boost mode, changing a dodge into a blade dance. Now change into a blade dance 2 instead. However, this will default to blade dance if there's not enough demon dodge left. Okay, these two things are quite good because, well, changing direction mode actually was kind of annoying after dodging. So that's kind of good. It makes the weapon movements flow faster, better. Okay, Blade Dance 2 repulsiveness has been improved. Okay, movement speed during Demon Rush has been increased. Well, it actually needed an increase, so that's actually quite good. Basic moves like 6 full Demon Slash, another Slash had the raw damage increased. Okay, actually quite good because the dual blades are kind of like known for doing a little bit not enough damage, especially at the starting of the game. There's no reason to pick them up until the end of the game. I always been like that. And there'll be more elemental later on damage, so it's kind of nice that they're actually going for the raw damage side. Screw Slicer, raw damage, elemental scaling, and element scaling has been greatly increased. So yeah, that's a huge update right there for this weapon. It's actually quite good. Focus Stride, Turning Tides, raw damage has been increased. If you don't know, that's the attack Titan move, which basically does like 2 or 3 points of damage. So having the raw damage increase is actually quite good. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Heavily Blade Dance raw damage has been increased. Okay, Blade Elemental scaling, element scaling has been slightly decreased, and raw damage has been increased. Okay, so they're straying away from elemental and scaling by just increasing the raw damage, which is kind of good. The raw damage boost from Demon Boost has been slightly decreased, and the elemental scaling boost has been increased. Okay, they have me. What are they doing? Okay, they're increasing and decreasing some elemental damage, so I guess they just want to do more raw damage in certain areas and more elemental in others. So this weapon is going to be more versatile between the two, which is never a good indication of anything, because you want a weapon to specialize into one of the two, not the two at the same time. But hey, it's a dual blade, so I'm just hoping that they bring the dual effects on the weapons, like for example, Fire Poison, Fire Blast, Fire Ice. You guys remember that for the previous generations, which is actually quite good. I'm just hoping that they change that back, or poison something. Or Electric Dragon, like I used to have with both Xenogres, which we know Xenogres coming for the U rank. We will know that monster it's gonna be in every single Monster Hunter show. Face animation camera will check intentionally during demo mode. I've never had that because I haven't used the dual blades too much, but here it is. We're gonna skip completely the Lone Star because I hate the weapon. So hammers. You can now shade into a special follow. No, I'm just kidding. I will read it. Elemental scaling for extension /2 has been significantly increased, so more people can actually go to the extension /2, I guess. Raw damage elemental element scaling for Crimson /3 has been increased. Great. Crimson /3 now changes faster into Spirit Blade. Spirit Release /raw damage has been slightly increased. So overall, this weapon had a major buff, I think, for all of the other weapons, so I don't think you're going to be stuck into the repetitiveness of using the same attack over and over. Now everything else has become more viable, which for homosexuals like you guys who use the longsword, I think is actually quite good for you guys. I'm not going to even bother with it too much. Now hammer. You can now change into a special follow-up move after a monster has been significantly staggered for a successful offset attack. Finally, the hammer has a better offset response, because before we didn't have any. So yeah, that's actually quite good. You can now change from a focus blow earthquake into a charge side blow. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Cut off the video. Editor, of course, cut off the video, please. You can now change from a focus blow earthquake into a charge side blow, which is okay. More responsive, which is nice. After effects has been added to Charge Opposite Wing and Mighty Charge Swing. finally we get a good offset options, because before we were stuck with the third option for the offset. It was ridiculously stupid. So now we have an upswing and we have a mighty charge upswing. So that is actually quite good that we have that for counters. Charge levels now increase faster after chaining into a charge step from a dodge. Great. Charge big man raw damage has been increased. Ooh. Mighty charge slam raw damage and elemental scaling has been increased. The raw damage is significantly amazing. The hitbox for searching attacks such as Big Bang has been adjusted. Okay, fixing issue with damage display will appear twice for Big Bang. Okay. Now hunting horn. You guys know I'm my favorite weapon, one of my favorite weapons in the game. So let's see what they did with it. Performing focus strike. Remember with precise timing now plays an additional node at the end of the attack. Okay. You got and focus strike. Remember with precise timing now sets an echo bubble at the end of the attack. Okay, so now they're making it better for you guys to go for the focus strike. Before, it is useless to go for the focus strike. I'm gonna be honest with you, it is completely useless to go for it. The upswing takes way too much time to actually hit a monster, so it was completely pointless to go for the focus strike. It's pointless. But now if it puts a Ica Bubble at the end, which you can actually stop if you want to, I don't know why you would want to, but hey, so that's actually quite good. If we got a Ica Bubble, that's great. Hitting a monster with a single hit of Resounding Melody now triggers a sound wave. Now, if you guys know, Resounding Melody is by far my favorite melody in the game for the Hunting Horn because it does so much damage. But now, and before, if you didn't hit at a single part, if you didn't hit consecutively a monster in a single combo, the effect of the echo of the sound wave would not trigger. But now, with just a single hit, it actually triggers, which is great. A good improvement. Thank you, Capcom. It's not gonna make the weapon any better, but hey, or meta or gigantic differences, but hey, it's actually quite good. The second no longer stops when performing while mounted. Completely useless because I never do that. The damage hitbox for Echo Bubble has been significantly increased. Thank God I don't have to put 3 bubbles next to each other, which I'm probably going to be doing. But hey, now it is more. The hitbox is actually larger, so we can actually do more damage instead of this monster just flying all over the place and you not be able to damage it. You gotta know that I'm quite passionate about this weapon. The evade window for offset meta has been added. Is that it for the offset? Face an issue where switching from one hunting horn to another incorrectly display melodies that do not be playing as an encore. Face an issue where connecting with offset melody will sometimes fail to successful offset attacks. Okay, this is good, but why didn't you give it a follow-up from the offset? Because using the offset melody is kind of fucking pointless. Honestly, there's no point to using it because there's nothing following up for it. Fixing issue where stuck notes will not properly set when chaining into a special performance. Oh my god, they didn't give it an offset follow-up. What are they thinking? Why? Guys, the best melody or special performance is the resounding melody. Offset is just for novelty. There's no point in using the offset melody. It's useless. But now, not until actually give us some follow-up for it. I don't know, maybe if you have a song in it and you use it plays it or attacks it while playing it. I don't know, something more. But hey, that's what it is. Now, for lots of users, you guys had to let me in this one because I don't use the lance too much. You can now change into a charge counter for Focus Strike Victory Thrust. Okay, that's good. Adjust the hitbox of Focus Strike. Make it easier to land. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is this attacks with Focus Strike? So, could unintentional make monster wounds? Okay. I don't know if that's good or not. You guys gotta let me on that. Gun Lance. Face an issue where when a critical hit occurs during multiple hits of urgent actions, such as the multi-worm stake full blast, where there was unintentional high chance the subsequent hits will also be critical hits. Okay, if that's an issue, I'll call that. They call this an issue. I call that a feature. Anyway, let's move on to the switch axe. I don't use this thing, so you guys have to let me know if it's actually good or not. But now they're easier to adjust your distance to monster when using the unbridled slash and full release slash, which is better because obviously the switch axe is stuck into the swarm mode and the discharge finisher as much as possible. So we want to. I think they actually want to make the weapon more versatile than just using it for the sword version of it. The backward movements triggered by elemental discharge finishes can now be reduced slightly by tilting to the left and stick to the player character's direction. Okay, so they reduce the recoil of it. Significantly increase the elemental scaling, good. Significantly increase the elemental scaling of follow-up explosions, great. Because the weapon is mostly for elemental damage and stuff like that. But raw damage is actually increased too. So hey, that's great. Follow up heavy slime and axe, great. They upping the damage from axe, good. The amount of switch gauge required from performing basic attacks and actions have been increased. Thank you. Now they're not gonna be stuck using the sword mode as much. You have no idea how many hunters I had in my lobby when I'm playing that use switch axes that believe that because they can just counter or power through anything that they're immortal. If you have no idea how many quests I have failed because of them, just thinking that they're immortal because they can go through that. So this is actually a good thing that they can just improve the axe so that maybe you guys who use the switch axe can stop be so suicidal and actually play the game properly. Okay, I'm done ranting. This amount of switch axe gauge consumed when performance overheat has been decreased. Okay, fixing an issue where the damage scaling for rapid morph skill has not been applied and jumping morph slash has been performed upon landing. Okay, so overall they gave you a massive update to the switch axe. The switch axe, I don't think it needed a buff, but now it has even more. So that's great, I guess. The charge blade. I don't use this weapon since MonsterHunter 4 Ultimate, so I haven't used it in wilds, not even once. But hey, let's see what it says. Guard point has now have a perfect guard detection. You can now change into Savage Axe, which is great. Explosive fall raw damage from changing into upper round damage to attack has been increased. That's more damage. Raw damage for ample elemental discharge and super ample elemental discharge have been increased. Great. Weak slash, return stroke, shield thrust, raw damage has been slightly increased. So overall, they're giving it a massive buff to pretty much everything. I don't see anything that says decrease. Okay, something says decrease. The raw damage from multiple attacks while in power axe mode had been decreased. Thank God, because everybody just spams the same move ever again. So overall, I've seen that every single update here is to take away the what Hunter has been doing all the time, which is good improvement because sometimes it just gets boring doing the same thing over and over again. So that's great. Let me guys know if there's something more that I miss over here and what about it. Now, the most disappointing part I think is going to be the heavy bowgun, the bowguns, and the bow. But let's see about it because honestly, the bow is in a good position, but the light bow guns, damn, the light bow guns is garbage. Okay, so let's see. Increase the amount of ignition gauge cost recovery with fire spread ammo 1 and spread 2. The heavy bow gun spread, okay. Fix an issue where it was difficult to evade after firing slight scene ammo. Never tested that. Fix an issue where the burst skill would activate with fewer hits than intended when using cluster bombs or weapon blast ignition. Okay, so the game itself just is just basically fixing issues, which were a feature. But hey, the heavy gun, and that's the best nerf to heavy gun. But hey, whatever. Bowguns. Fix an issue where the skill airborne will not activate correctly for spread ammo. I need to try that because I never tried that for the spread ammo. So we'll see what that it's all about. But yeah, no. For the bow, fix an issue with bow coatings and unintentionally switch to unequipped under certain conditions. That's great and all, but honestly, I was waiting for some sort of skill to, or weapons parts, or changing something that would reduce the recoil when shooting spread ammo or any ammo whatsoever. This just is disappointing, but hey, I guess we have to wait for the master rank of this or other title updates for it. You had support hunters, which is issues for it if you guys want it. Segregate, the speed response, we call you red segregate, and improve response speed for controlling your segregate after mounting your segregate, great. And item inputs and stuff like that, I guess they're more responsive now. It's now possible to dismount your segregate while drifting, thank God. Palico, fix an issue where Palico will stop using Vesper while delivery under certain condition. I was not crazy. I knew this was a problem because this Palico didn't heal when he had to. Okay, so I guess that's it. Now for the system update, we have increased the amount of kill points awarded for delivering a weapon egg. If it's not 1,000,000 points, there's no point to do this. There's seriously no point to do this. If there's not a massive increase, like 1,000,000 points, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna go through the trouble of going to the Sword of Forest, grabbing a damn egg, and putting it into the box. Spoiler ahead, I did because I thought it would unlock something, but it doesn't unlock anything, so it's kind of fucking useless. The skill info window can now quickly open in various streams. Okay, change the investigation submenu option. Delete investigation. Okay, change the arena quest and challenge quest submenu options. Okay, food skills can now be viewed in the skill info window via equipment info and start menu. That's kind of good. The detail effect of food skill can now be viewed in the active skill page. Thank you so much. You can now accept and depart quick start a quest regularly when quest invite notification. Okay, well that's nice. Limits the skip function for important chat notifications. I made it so that the map can now be open even while the notification is still active. Oh, thank you so much. Adjust the map so that it no longer automatically switches to levels when focusing on a large monster. Whoa! Finally! Holy! Low info can now be viewed. Great. Monster field guide can now be viewed in the quest menu. Great. Facial instrument decorations not intended to be equipped. The search sauce could still be equipped. I don't understand that. I never had an issue. Facial issue where obtaining nameplates will sometimes not appear in Hunter profile settings. Okay, that's great. Adjusted the amount of VRAM used for texturing streaming, resulting in reduced overall VRAM usage. About damn fucking time. Fixing issue where estimated VRAM issue on display graphic settings are calculated lower than actual value. Fixing issue where VRAM use is displaying correct values to distant shadow quality options in the graphic settings. So finally, they're doing something about the performance issues this game has, which is related to the VRAM. You guys need to understand this has been a major problem since the start, and it's the reason why the game is so negatively impacted. If this is actually fixed, I'm sure a lot more players will be playing it, more than Worlds actually, because a lot of people are going back to Worlds. So this will bring more people if I actually fix it. I don't think it's completely fixed, but hey, it is a start. They're actually trying some new things. Face an issue where the Hunter chest armor will not display when selecting the display armor setting. Face an issue where performance search and action. So yeah, this is about fixing issues and stuff. I call them features of the game. So anyway, quests. Accepting and joining quests will possibly from Quest Corner doing elemental link. I don't have friends, so made adjustment to reduce interaction when joining a quest via invite notifications. I don't have friends, so adjusted the unlock condition for the social butterfly hunter highlight. Okay, and fix more issues. You can guys pause it for reading. Okay, so other fixing issue where some voice lines were not triggered properly, fixing issue with text issues and stuff like that. So yeah, overall we had an amazing, good quality of improvement things. Not so much in the front of the updates, especially for weapons that I use, but the hammer is actually one of the best things that got updated for. So I'm kind of glad they actually did that. The monsters, the armors, and the weapon layering are great. We just have to see what the skills are all about and stuff like that. But for now, that's basically all of it. I'm gonna be actually going hard on the updates for this update. So you guys keep give a like if you enjoy, all the gist about it. Support my channel. It's I'm basically starting. Shout out to my 5 subscribers once again. Thank you guys for being part of this journey that is hopefully gonna be for a long time. And with that just said, see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.